Here we are, night two again. We all know what the stinker is going to be. We were just talking about it. At least I tried to get some negative thoughts out of our systems before that starts because that's going to absolutely suck. Thankfully, because of who's in it, it's going to get. If you need to go get a beer, pee, that would be the time. That would
Yeah,
definitely be the fucking time to do it, but we'll get to that when we do want to talk about some positive things before we get to that. So, maybe we're in a better mood because I have nothing nice to say about that. Uh,
me
Bianca
neither.
Belair, Raw Women's Championship, defending against Asuka. I think Asuka makes the most it's just I'm sorry. Bianca literally does the same thing over and over again, and they're doing so good booking her. It was her Bailey for 7 straight years.
Mhm.
Just give it to Asuka and just do something.
I don't think they're going to though. I
I
really
don't
don't.
think they are,
This
but
this this build has been horrible. It's basically been Asuka standing there with blue goop coming out of her mouth, and that's basically the story. And
yeah,
it drives me nuts because this is going to be a phenomenal match.
those two
I
can
my,
wrestle.
my dislike towards Bianca has nothing to do with her in ring ability. She is amazing in that ring, and Asuka is one of the greatest to ever do it. This match is going to be amazing,
It's been a shit
but I
build.
just Bianca's going to win.
Yeah.
They're going to continue that as the most dominant thing, and
And more of
until
this.
they're finally ready to do Bianca versus Rhea, which because if you watched part one, I think Rhea's going to win. They're obviously not going to do those matches right now, and
That gives
Bianca's
them a lot of
not
time
going to
together.
go to SmackDown after losing just to challenge Rhea.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. She's
Yep.
going to stick on Raw as long as Montez is on Raw. I mean, maybe they'll move both of them. Who knows? But I mean,
They've done it before. They've done it before, but I
I
don't see
just,
Oscar walking. I love her. I think it would be great just because. I mean, what have they done with Bianca? But literally, that's proven all of the fact as to why she's probably walking out with win because it's just she's the golden goose. And again, like I said on the interweb, said it on the Twitter, had a good conversation with someone. Didn't even know that was possible in the Twitterverse to have a decent conversation with anyone, especially in the wrestling world, because everyone's just not everyone, but there's a lot of miserable fucks in the Twitter world. Um, no, it's not her in ring build. I just the character, and it's been the same thing on loop, and literally the same thing on loop on repeat. And then you hear her talk normally, and I know they're turning everything up to 11, and that's what characters do. But when you hear her normally, and then you hear it's just the same, just it hurts. It hurts my damn
she
head.
she is in that realm of being a less entertaining John Cena. What John Cena was for 10 years, where it was new people debut, they beat up John Cena, they beat up John Cena, John Cena overcomes the odds and wins.
What are we gonna do on
That
Thursday? Beat up John Cena. Thanks,
exactly,
AJ.
and it's this is what Bianca is. It's Bianca has a new challenge, and they don't even do the part where they like beat her down. Like she
Nope.
she literally is like untouchable. Like,
Yeah. I
and she unfortunately does not quite have that kind of character charisma to be able to hold that. Like,
yeah.
it's just
Cena, at least, every once in a while we'd see, at least in my recollection, which isn't really the greatest thing to go off of, but he'd bring back the Doctor of Thugonomics. He'd bring back little pieces of all of that and mix in, even when he was the big face taking out, like we'd see him occasionally in a promo, you know, go a little bit there. Bianca's literally just the girl. The whole time. It's the same thing, literally just with the new person every time, and there's no altering, and it's just the same
I'm
shit,
the
rinse and
quickest,
repeat.
fastest,
Yeah,
fastest. Like,
at least seeing a change, would bring a little bit of something else in there in a promo at least or something, or have an angry thought in the middle of a match and then decide to get. I mean, literally, Bianca's just the same finger waving KOD. Like at least John had a few things in between
exactly.
and an
John would take
AA.
John would take the beat down.
Yeah, he would
He'd
get his
ultimately win, but
he would
he'd
get
at
his
least take
ass
the
beat
original beat
sometimes.
down. And I mean, I think I can count on like one hand the amount of times Bianca has taken a beat down in the course of the last like 18 months.
And that's why I'm picking. her. I am desperate for business wise to just get rid of her and completely change it because I think that'll, turn everything on its head. Because I mean, they got to the point with John where they just couldn't turn him heel anymore. I mean, like he got to the Hogan effect.
Yeah.
And then he came out as WrestleMania as a Dr. Thugonomics on Elias, and we are all super happy just to hear him, like, just for one night. We're all, thank God. What? How many times can you see? You can't see me. I can see you, but you can't see me. We all see you. Yeah.
And Bianca would be a perfect heel too,
Yeah.
because
She is
she's cocky, which is usually a trend of, heelish type behavior. Yep. Plus,
strong.
having that hair whip as a weapon,
yeah,
it's like the perfect heel thing. Like,
they're not pulling the trigger.
Something different with her, because
I don't think they're going to.
Her in-ring ability is phenomenal.
Yeah, compared to most of the division, she's everything that she marks herself off to be. It's just,
oh yeah, she is. If she wants to continue doing this for the next 10 years, she will be the face. But something
has to change.
I just hope something with the character changes, and I don't think we're going to see it on WrestleMania. I think
I don't, and
you're going to see poor Asuka get screwed again,
and they can't do it. They can't do it just because strictly they just turned her to evil. Don't worry, people. There's air quotes around evil Asuka. So they can't suddenly have her go from good Asuka to evil Asuka and then do a double turn and have suddenly Bianca be a bad guy. Because then no matter what, Asuka will be the one getting sympathy and a face. And they just did the switch. And like they set this up perfectly for, we know what needs to happen, but they've set it up so we all know it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
I don't see a way where Asuka actually.
And they just, I don't know, they just don't ever want to give Asuka a push. And, part of it is the language barrier, even though I find it hilarious.
I think it's great.
And she's screaming like that. But I can understand how that's hard to carry a legitimate feud. But I don't know. Here's a thought. Get her a mouthpiece. Someone who can speak for her.
There's enough people that they have around that can do that. That would make, they can find someone. Enough people can do it, but will they? Probably not. I'm still mad over Asuka and how she was, and then of course she had to put over Charlotte and then get just wasted for 3 years. But that's another story for another day. I kind of told everyone how I felt about Charlotte on the first one. That shouldn't have happened, but what the hell do I know? And then suddenly she was relegated to just running around yelling at people in Japanese, and not even in a good way, because no one cared. She had this momentum, they killed it, and no one cared. Everyone was more worried about being angry at Charlotte for getting the win than anything else, because she had to have 17 world championship reigns in 1 year. And I might be running. There's at least 5 where she ran.
It's something really cool that could come out of this. I have heard that Little Miss Bliss is in
Los Angeles
for WrestleMania. This would be a good spot for like completely evil Alexa Bliss to come back. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yep. I'm for that. That'd be good. And she's there. I mean, with where she lives with her husband, if she wasn't in the building in SoFi Stadium, I'd be actually horrifically concerned. As you know, they live
right down the street, but
that'd be really good, and that'd be a good way to do it and move on to that. And then finally, that would be the way to, something has to be done to get rid of Bianca. I don't mean take her out back with an axe or anything like that, but dear God, we need a change, because it's literally been the same thing since she's been on the main roster. And how many times can I hear the same speech?
Exactly.
And how many times can I hear Roman Reigns go to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania and say Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? Because heaven forbid he could just figure out if it's Wilkes-Barre or Wilkes-Barre. It's Wilkes-Barre, in case anyone's concerned. Wilkes-Barre, but the one place where we get Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I'm going, miserable loaf of shit. Everyone else gets it. What? Reading gets it. Philly gets it. Pittsburgh gets it. Hershey gets it. What? Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Wilkes-Barre gets that. Jesus Christ, you work 12 days a year. You could figure out how to say the name of the goddamn city you're in. Their life already sucks in Wilkes-Barre. Trust me, I was just there not that long ago while I was home. It's not like the place is suddenly, yay, a great place to live. Great. At least give them that. You miserable loaf of a human being. Hey, he makes that much money to sit at home 90% of the time. I could talk shit. I know how much I get paid for a whole year.
Acknowledge him.
Hey, he's acknowledged. Miserable bastard could at least say their city and acknowledge them as they paying his bills. But we'll go from that to another banger. It's going to be the banger of the night. I still can't believe they didn't understand that calling them the Banger Bros was. I have a hard time believing no one knew that Bang Bros was a thing in that whole situation. Drew and Jim, and we're no longer going to call them the Banger Bros because of like not a snowflake's chance in hell you guys didn't know Bang Bros was a thing. That's a whole other goddamn story. I don't believe that one bit. It's just enough people finally said something that they finally made a change. You know, Vince is probably rolling on the ground laughing when he heard it because, well, it is Vince McMahon and, well, but Gunther, Sheamus, Drew, they're going to steal it.
Oh yeah,
In my opinion,
this is going to be great. I mean, as much as we enjoyed Gunther and Sheamus, you're adding Drew into this mix, and this would be great. And this will be the conclusion of that because I do think like Drew and Sheamus need to go their own separate ways now. They've been linked together for a long time now, so let's get Drew back on his own of trying to kill people with swords and stuff, and
which I enjoy,
and I think Sheamus might win this. I think this could be a cool feel good moment for Sheamus.
I think it'll be like it makes sense for him to finally get it there, but pin Drew.
Yes.
So they protect Gunther.
Because Gunther is.
And think Vince was getting ready to fire his ass. Like if you actually used him properly and kept Imperium together and didn't turn Giovanni Vinci into a jackass, like this is the Gunther that Vince could have had the whole time. And I don't know how to use it. He's floundering. Did you think about giving him something he could actually work with? I mean, crazy thought.
Exactly.
And give him something that works.
And I can continue the wet dream of having, Gunther versus Brock Lesnar maybe at SummerSlam or something. As that would be.
Well, yeah, that's my big thing. I even made sure to write it down amidst all of my other writing, but it's gonna steal the show. But I mean, Sheamus getting it makes sense if Gunther's gonna lose it. He's Sheamus will be the guy to get it, but he won't pin him, and then they'll be able to do something with Gunther. Yeah, that's tweaking out. Okay, just making sure. Gunther to make sure I'm like either I'm having a stroke, something weird's happening, but move Gunther towards the main event scene, the Brock Lesnar's and those people to get him on to the next one because we all know what he can do. Obviously, look what he did as Intercontinental Champion. We all know what he did as, the NXT UK champion, even though that number was kind of made big for how long they were shut down and they couldn't perform or do anything, so that was a bit there. I don't have to see it anymore for the love of God. Thank God I'm not like epileptic. Oh, look, it's still doing it. Anyway, but I think it's the only way, it would be a safe way to get it off of him. It protects him. And then he needs to be in the world title picture. He's proven his damn point with just the straight up. I mean, he's had a great match with everybody.
Exactly. Gunther and Cody would be pretty awesome too.
That would be fantastic.
I'm not even going to lie on that. That would be,
that would tear the house down. Like he can work with anybody. So I see this is the perfect time. Sheamus could be a Grand Slam champion for it, which how much they throw it around. I think it's kind of lost its luster when you hear everyone just talk about it every single week. It's one of those you don't notice it. You're like, oh yeah, but then you have people out there mentioning it every 9 seconds.
Especially when The Miz is a 2-time Grand Slam champion.
And both his title reigns were just to set up something bigger down the road, which is my favorite part.
Poor Miz, but in the end, he got to marry Marie, so he wins in the end with his massive balls that he says he has.
God, I was hoping that was going to go away, but
they're stupid.
Yeah, it's the only way to have him lose the title. Sheamus gets the thing. He can work with young guys because we all know, it's after WrestleMania. We're going to see faces come back or get called up, or maybe they'll actually use some damn people that they rehired, which would be, a great change of pace, but
Yeah.
and it puts Gunther where he needs to be in the main event picture, because who else can he really work with as Intercontinental Champion right now?
Yeah. We're on the same page with that. Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I mean, would I be upset if Gunther won? No, no, not at all.
Absolutely, I wouldn't.
I mean, I wouldn't even be upset if Drew won. It doesn't make the most sense, but
Doesn't make
I mean,
it's the least one of making any sense. But
they
what
they
I
haven't done much with Drew in the last like 2 years. I mean, he basically carried the company during the pandemic, and then hey, we're back to live crowds. We're gonna,
have you lose to everyone and just
but
kind
we'll
of
give
be
you your
there.
moment in Cardiff, and but Solo's gonna screw you out of the title, and yeah.
Do we see Solo do something this weekend? Oh, never mind. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. Try not to get there now, but it makes sense. I think it's going to steal the show, though. No offense to most of
I
these
mean,
matches.
that will be the best wrestling
Yeah,
match
they're going to beat the
of
brakes
the
off of each other.
of the night. That definitely is going to be the best wrestling match.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's going to be a
Cody and
slobber
Roman
knocker.
still is the best because of the story that goes with it.
Yeah,
But this one will be the best match.
that's going to be a slobber knocker. Don't get to
Yes,
hear it very often, but they're going to beat the living brakes off of each other.
I am for it.
I mean, those guys are going to be red and bruised within like 5 minutes. Everyone's going to just have
Oh,
handprints
yeah.
everywhere because they're going to actually hit each other.
Sheamus is going to look like one of those like paint strips of different reds.
Yeah. That's going to be all shamey. The human jar of mayonnaise.
And we're gonna do like 3,000 beats of the Baron
Yeah.
this week. That's gonna happen too. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like
It's going to be bloody. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a good one. Edge and Finn Balor inside Hell in the Cell. You know, Finn has to. They've done nothing for either of them for so like it's been just babysitting Dom and Rhea and Priest and
fighting
Finn
each other, and
yeah.
This one, I hope they just let him go. I've been so disappointed with everything that Edge has done since coming back, and it's not his fault. But like, just let them two guys go. Like, I do know. I mean, I am intrigued with some of the special stuff that could go on with it. Rude entrances. I really wish they wouldn't announce that it was going to be Demon Finn Balor, but it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of interested to see how he comes out as Demon. If it's going to be the same Demon, or are he going to change it up? Maybe add some Judgment Day purple into that paint. That would be kind of cool. Also, it's the old Hell in a Cell cage,
which is nice to
Not
see. You can actually see now. We can actually see. Yeah, we can see because it's not glowing red and very hard to see through because, well, it's fucking red.
Exactly.
At least it's not red with a red light on top of it. At least whoever thought that was even in the realms of possibility should have gotten fired. Oh, wait. Pretty sure they did. But they're back now, so that was a Vince. It had to be a Vince.
That was the same one that said that a Hell in a Cell match could end because you piled a bunch of chairs on somebody. And
there's a toolbox involved. Heaven forbid. Can't do that.
We had to end that match.
As we're all going. That hurt my head. I mean, sadly, I won't say it his whole time since he came back, but since he got done with Roman and Bryan, like that whole thing with him going for the title there with those two was fantastic. And then, well, I can't tell you anything he did except for using really big words. And he formed the Judgment Day when Priest was there, and then they turned on him. He came back. They got him. He came back. They got him again. He came back again. Like he vanishes for 2 or 3 months like after the speech he gave in Toronto after that live show or Raw, whatever the hell it was, saying, yeah, he's probably coming back and doing his last match there. The following year, he only has like a year left. He has given us absolute shit the entire time.
Yes.
Like it has been the biggest waste of how did he start off with such a bang and then have the title, like, and all that, and then the last year and a half, 2 years has just been.
No, it's because the large part of it has been the same storyline over and over and over again.
Um,
Where when Edge came back, I was, hoping like every premium live event he was fighting someone different. And to be honest, like I would have almost been okay with like some AEW booking where we're just booking him with random people. I don't even care about a story. Let's just
yeah,
book him because I want to see matches because Edge is one of the greatest to ever do it. Like I would have loved a random Finn Balor and Edge match without all the stupid and
yeah,
just let them go and
too much to.
who's the best. And, there's still tons of guys I'd love to see Edge work with, but unfortunately, I don't
We're
think
never gonna know. We're not
time is
gonna.
not on our side
We're not
for
gonna
that.
know because stupid people make decisions that are stupid, and they drag the same story out for over a year, even though we only get to see it like once every like 4 months. So everyone goes, "Oh yeah." Then he gets his ass beat, and then no one sees him again. Then he gets his ass beat, and no one sees him again. Then he quits. I quit, and we're all supposed to be alarmed when the concerto happened, and he vanishes again. Like, it's just how many times can you do the same stupid before?
Yeah.
But another thing with Judgment Day, Dominic and Rhea messing with Rey Mysterio. How many times could we see that? I think we're going to see it again one more time tonight, everybody. It's almost guaranteed that they're going to piss me off. I'll put safe, solid money. They're going to, like, I'll be playing F1 2022 at that time because it beats watching any of that.
I'm going to go to sleep.
I'd love to do that, but she'll probably be deciding she has to shower for an hour at that point.
Yeah.
Then I'll be
I'm
going.
watching SmackDown and then I'm promptly going to go to sleep to
I'll
get
be
ready for
yeah.
tomorrow's festivities. But, you know,
Again, I'm just gonna say just let them go, and there's too much stupid. Like, I'm not even picking anyone in this match. This should have ended like 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000 years ago. Like, they
exactly.
attack him, Finn comes in, maybe 2 pay-per-views. They have enough of them. They could have done 2 or 3 months of it, and then it's over and he moves on. Especially if we all know it's coming to an end, and instead they wasted over a year. Well, a whole year just on. And
I
it's
mean,
a
they've wasted so much. I mean, the whole Miz feud they
yeah,
wasted. Like, it's just
it's just
it's
it
upsetting.
yeah, it's
Very
bad. So
upsetting.
I'm not picking anyone. I don't give a shit. I never thought I would see Finn Balor and Edge in a match, and I wouldn't care, or Hell in a Cell match. But hey, if we get to see all the Brood back together, because heaven forbid they couldn't just keep that a secret, and we all go, "Holy shit, Christian's there!" No, we have to let the genie out of the bag. That's possibly going to happen because we can't. Want to know why dirt sheet writers should all be fired? That, and then those same dirt sheet writers are complaining because we're not surprised by anything. Did you ever think that maybe if you guys just shut the fuck up? See, there it is. What that maybe, just maybe, we could be surprised by something in the wrestling world again. You guys tell us this is going to happen 3 years, like weeks in advance. Everyone knows. They're going, well, they didn't surprise us with anything. Well, if you shut the fuck up, oh, we would have Edge at the Royal Rumble where we're all going. And we're all through the roof going, what the hell is happening? Like, no, we like this. You people that complain about it, that write all this stuff, you write it, you ruin it, and then you complain that we're not surprised by anything. Did you ever think about shutting the fuck up? There you go. I got my 2 out of the way. Never mind. I know what we're talking about next. I'm going to try not to, but if you guys shut up, people would care more if they didn't have such lazy writing for, like, they started out with such a bang with Hunter, and then it was like Damage Control and Bianca. It was just, bleh. And that, and bleh. And we've gotten just, anyway, moving on. Brock and Omos. I'm going to say, who gives a fudge? I don't. Like, yeah, we're going to see Brock F5 him because we know Brock's going to F5 him. And he's going to suplex him because MVP said you couldn't. So we're going to see that. And like, if he's saying his goodbyes, like, this is possibly it, and you give him Omos. That's offensive. Where the hell has Omos even been for the last like 6, 7, 8, 9 months? Like, we haven't even seen the guy, and suddenly he's making demands of Brock Lesnar. And like, it had such a chance to start out good with him spitting the white lightning back in MVP's face, and then it has not materialized to anything but just a whole bunch of stupid.
Yeah, Justin doesn't realize we're doing a show and he wants to text us about Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
I mean, in our defense, you did text me and say, like, what, Ski? I'll be ready in about a minute. Like, okay. Like, so he just doesn't care. There you go. Shout out to Justin. I told you, just text me random stuff randomly.
Okay, we could say whatever we want too, because he won't watch it.
He won't watch. He won't listen. Dick. But who gives a damn? I don't. I mean, I don't care. I think Brock's gonna, like, we all know he's gonna suplex him. He's gonna F5 him. Please God, don't have him put Omos over, because no offense to Omos. Like, guess what? You can go, like, Jesus Christ, I could stand in the ring and do that. Him doing that reminds me of what's his name, and Danny Garcia in AEW. Like, ooh, I could have my monster can do that too. Like, when that's all you are, which is a damn shame, because they had Danny Garcia going on such a good thing before they stuck him back with the Jackass Association, and he's done absolutely nothing since then. So anyway, it's a WrestleMania show. I'm just saying that's where Omos is to me right now. Like, where the hell have you been? What have you done? How did all these people on the roster and Brock versus Omos, which no one gives a shit about?
There is not one single fan that says I want to see that match. There's none. There can't be.
We all heard the rumor. We all saw the rumble. And we're like, oh, they might do it. They're gonna do it. Omos. Oh, like Brock and Gunther, Brock and Gunther, Brock and Omos.
Like, who wants to see that? Okay, even with the ooh, this is a shot where we can show even more how powerful Brock is. We already know. Like, he F5'd the Big Show. Like,
hell,
it's
he F5'd the Big Show, made it look easy.
I know. He suplexed the Big Show. Like,
he just flung him like a sack of potatoes.
This isn't anything special unless, he brings out a forklift and picks Omos up and, like, flings him out of the arena. Like, there's not going to be anything unique about this match. Nobody wants to see this match. And the fact that Omos gets a spot on the card over Damian Priest, over LA Knight, over you name it.
Karrion Kross, who they brought back with all this hype, and then they've wasted to nothing. Like, there's a lot of people that are much more deserving to be on the card. Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and we get an Omos match. Granted, we couldn't have Brock and Bobby again, so we were just mentioning names there.
Part of that was, they were going for the Bobby versus the Bray Wyatt, and
that whole thing.
Knows what the hell's going on with that?
Who knows the truth with that?
There's 5 billion rumors, none of them tying together. All of which make Justin sad.
Well, they make me sad, but I'm an adult. And granted, I have a million. Like, I don't even see the rumors. Like, I randomly will get it. Like, did you hear about this? Huh? It's kind of like when Walter texts me about the world of, the political world. Did you hear about this? Like, no. What? I got racing, and really, I gotta have this thing like that you have, Walter. It's called a life. And I did text his wife the other day. I was like, can you please ground him from the news and all of his electronics for a week? Why? Because he's starting to hurt my head, and I don't even live with the guy. That's what we need in our life. Less electronics. Anyway, had to get that, make me feel better. But hopefully none of those rumors are true, because, I haven't seen Justin that happy since, like, the Fiend came, like, he was on it. You were good sending me the QR codes and what they meant, because I always, like, did you see that? Nope. I was looking down, not going to lie. And then he was, like, through the roof, and they built it up so good, and then just the world is too for them to slow build anything like they were doing with Bray. And then there's 7 million, stories out there as to what the hell is going on. But yeah,
I mean, I will say they were dragging it out a lot, and then we got that stupid pitch black match. Like, that's your first payoff of seeing Bray back in the ring. Even though kudos, I mean, LA Knight's probably the first guy to come out better on the other end of a Bray Wyatt feud in a long time. So, I mean, I'm a fan of Mr. LA Knight and his yeah.
And there's a few times where I'd like him to not say it, but he's fantastic, and I saw the rumors of people saying he's too old for a push. Why? Look how old some of these sons of bitches are. Like, but the man's over, and the man can go, and the man can talk, and the man has the look.
Exactly.
Let the man do his thing. I'm
Exactly.
talking about the man LA Knight, not the man Becky Lynch. Before anyone's confused about the time Becky Two Cheeks. I'm pretty sure Dan coined that one day.
I did.
That was him. Put that on a shirt and sell it.
There goes my opportunity to ever be president now because I said Becky Two Cheeks.
No one's gonna dig into this and find that. Don't you worry. But that match
Somebody
is gonna
will.
suck. That match is gonna be worthless.
That's going to be horrible.
I'm not wasting ink from this pen to write anything down for that one. I don't even like. No one cares. Literally, actually, no one cares. I'm pretty sure Brock, like they said, flew there in those clothes, did his thing with Omos, immediately left the building, got back in his plane, and left in the same clothes. But that's somebody. What he's like, hi, bye. Ah, okay, see you later. I'm going home. Why? He doesn't like. No one cares.
No. The only
MVP's
person that
shy.
cares is Omos. Is probably the only person that cares.
I
And
get a match with Brock Lesnar, and everyone Brock's on,
they're going to push me. I'm the greatest.
and then Brock's sitting there going,
Even like MVP has to be like, this is so stupid.
like, thanks,
Why?
guys, but like, how long's my contract running? Why? But that's gonna suck. I think, the Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natty and Shotzi versus Chelsea Green and Sonya versus Ronda and Shayna. Obviously Natty and Shotzi aren't winning anything. Obviously Chelsea Green and Sonya aren't winning anything. And the only positive I see from this coming is maybe they have Ronda and Shayna go for the women's tag titles because at least they're always up each other's ass. And that could give Ronda something where she could be in it, but Shayna can carry it. So, because Shayna can go. I mean, she did a good job as NXT Women's Champion. I thought she did. And I mean, look what the other two have done since they got rid of them. Where they just point exactly. Go watch Raina Shafir and what's her name? I could see her. Whoever the TBS champion is. Whatever her damn name is, I could see her stupid. I could see her face, but go watch that match where she literally got squashed in like 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Like Shayna was the one out of them, and I thought she did good as the NXT Women's Champion. And just it would give Ronda something. If they're gonna pay her, at least have her do something. And it's not like she's actually talking whenever she's out there with Shayna. Shayna does everything. She just stands there with her eye makeup going and
Yeah.
squinting at people like she's the baddest woman on the planet. Honey, the baddest woman on the planet died when you met Holly Holm's shin bone or face, whatever. Like when your face met Holly Holm, the baddest woman on the planet no longer existed. And it'd be better if the world realized that. You can book her like that all you want.
It's the unfortunate side effect of any kind of one-on-one combat sport is eventually you're going to lose.
Yep. And she doesn't have it this time around. And, but those two could do it. Liv and Raquel. I mean, the best we're going to get is a number one contender for the women's championships. And now, this is how much anyone cares. Like, I think that there's definitely some talent in the ring, but I'm pretty sure this is a way just to look at Ronda and, she has to be on the card with how much they're paying her. Chelsea, they brought her back. Get her on the card. Gives Natty a spot on the card, even though it's pointless. I think she deserves better, but that's just me personally. She's been there long enough. She deserves, something better than babysitting Eva Marie getting cut from her match being cut because Cena went like 3 hours over. And this, but they stifled literally the run of every single person in this match at some point.
Yeah.
This whole entire thing.
I think it's going to be a stink fest personally because
except for Ronda. Ronda stifled her own run. Yeah, she did that on her own. It's nothing to be excited about at all.
I think we'll get some cool physicality from Raquel, who I'm not really into her. I think she's boring. We'll get some cool spots with Liv. We'll get a lot of spots of Liv getting her ass kicked because that's what Liv takes a beating better than anybody in the company.
Yep.
She's the Dolph Ziggler of female wrestling.
We'll see Chelsea Green make a grand entrance, I'm sure, and have some kind of, yay. Ronda hurt our heads. Shayna will knee someone in the skull, and her knee does look. I mean, when she throws that knee, it does look really good. So not taking anything away from her. She was stuck in so much shit. I mean, between her, Nia, and Reggie to this. I mean, she's just kind of here, there, and everywhere. It's not her fault, but when she throws that knee, it does look pretty. So at least we have that going into it. But it's nothing I'm looking forward to. I don't
No,
even know where you would stick that in the card.
that got to go like second. Get it over with.
I mean, have like Bianca and Asuka like start the thing or something, and then put that in there, and then even Brock and Omos, and then pick us all back up with Gunther and that, and head us into the main event. Or have Gunther and them start, so at least we're really really up before
No,
we
I think
get.
that actually will probably
Yeah,
kick off night two. Would
yeah,
be that one.
it should. It definitely should before we get to all the.
Bangers after bangers after bangers.
And then
That just
after.
seems like a good opening.
And then after they're done, there's no more bangers. Well, okay, there's one more banger because I still think Roman and Cody are going to have a fantastic match and story put together. Because I mean,
Oh yes, that is going to be awesome.
do they pull the trigger though?
I am 50-50 right now. I really am.
I still haven't decided.
I do.
That's honest.
Say this: if they are going to keep it on Roman and go for 1,000 days, which I'm not completely against, they need to set up his next opponent that night.
Yeah,
like that needs to be. I mean, obviously, the perfect scenario would be Dwayne comes out, but that's not going to happen. But that would be the perfect scenario.
We all go. Get out of here.
Fine with a returning Randy Orton comes out at the end of that. That would actually work either way. If Cody wins, that would be pretty amazing. But I think if Roman wins, I think you need to set it up that night. Cody is okay to wait for the Monday after, which if Cody wins, I do believe his first opponent will be Randy, if Randy is indeed healthy enough to come back, because that just has a storyline built into itself.
All in of itself, from everything back with Legacy. And
that's just so much.
That writes itself.
Exactly.
Granted, they'll screw it up when it writes itself, but
I mean,
it writes itself.
You could even have, you could have Axel come out and be guest referee. There you go.
Confuse the hell out of it.
I do got to give some credit to some guys on TikTok that have made some pretty cool little things. I saw one. It was a alternate entrance for Cody, where it does his wrestling has more than one wrestling family, and then boom, right into the American Dream song. I know he's going to pay tribute to his dad somewhere. That would be so awesome.
I did, and I enjoyed when you guys. That was a good one.
I would. My eyes would be leaking. I'm not going to lie. That would be pretty awesome. I would also really love. I've seen some people be like, Dustin Goldust, his brother, gets involved, even though he's AEW. I don't want that, but I would love him to be ringside.
Yeah,
and that would be awesome. They can do a quick camera and be like Dustin Rhodes, have his wife. Don't let his wife get involved in the story, but I am okay with seeing her. There's his wife.
Just have him there for just a second. Just don't even put up any name or anything. Just happen to pan by and
that place would go nuts if you could show Dustin without the gold dust.
Yeah, you just got to show for what? Just pan by as you're showing like the front row. We all go. Wait a minute.
You'll see them too, and then like 5 rows deep, you'll have Ricky Starks trying to hide. Don't see me, Tony. Don't see me.
Which I still thought was great at that show when Ricky's seen backstage. Like, who fucking cares? Like, believe it or not, people are actually friends. It's not this big bloodbath war that everyone wants it out to be.
Yes, except for CM Punk. Nobody likes CM Punk.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, when it happens once, maybe. When it happens twice, okay. When it happens all the time.
Yes.
And there was just, now granted, to the people that run that company, might they be slightly up each other's, yes. But anyway, I would love to see those poofy eyes of Goldie sitting on ringside, except just in no paint, because half the world would go that, like, they'd show him and most people wouldn't even pay. Huh? No one would know. everyone knows face painted. No one actually knows what Dustin Rhodes looks like anymore.
Yes, and that crowd would go the crowd, because
The crowd would,
that is a hardcore, like, you're a hardcore fan to put up that money for
yeah,
WrestleMania. They're
you're right.
coming from all over the world. That would be pretty epic. And to
And
be honest, I mean,
I'm sure he's gonna
what
be
is it going to hurt? I
backstage.
mean, seriously, how many times has he been on AEW
Yeah,
television? It's not going to hurt
like
at all.
and I'm not even trying to be that guy. Never mind with Ricky and all. What he's gonna be backstage no matter what. He's going to be there. You know, his brother's getting this big moment. He used to work
Exactly.
there. He's gonna be there.
Oh yeah,
It's
he will
not
be
gonna hurt
there.
it. And someone will share a picture of him backstage, like or something. So just get it out of the way, so we're not everyone's going later because it's gonna happen. Why hide it?
Exactly.
I just haven't decided yet because again, there's so many. Like I want it to go away. I really do, just because I thought again until Sammy got there. I mean that put all kinds of new light, and that saved it when Cody got hurt. Like Sammy being there because we all know it was going to be him and Roman if he didn't get hurt sooner than we're getting it now. Sammy saved it. Sammy and Roman killed it. That was a great story in the ring. But do they do it? Because I'd be okay with 1,000 now, just because. I mean, why not? Like we're this close, have them lose it in Puerto Rico or something, But it's one of
Yeah,
those.
I I
I can honestly see it go either way.
I could see them it going in this the part, like, I could see it going either way and working well. Um, I couldn't really see if Cody wins. I don't see how they could screw it up. I mean, I guess there is a possibility, but
They could
at
screw
least
anything up.
that moment, I can't imagine them screwing that up. I mean, they could screw up a Cody Rhodes title run in the future. Up, that's possible, but I don't see them screwing that up, because you're going to get the moment. Crowd's going to go nuts. It's
Crowd's gonna blow up.
it'll be amazing. Maybe we'll get Big Goldie back on Monday. That'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
And
Please God, do that. Get the winged eagle back. Let's go really way back. Let's confuse everyone. Bring any of those older belts. Bring the big circle back. What double eagle, whatever the hell. Let's bring any of them. What I don't just
and
get
then
rid of that belt.
they'll knock that out of the park. I mean, it can be screwed up if it's Roman. I mean,
Yeah,
you
that could
get
be.
Soho just comes in there and beats the bejesus out of Cody or something.
I'm just saying, like,
getting knocked out, and
or referee gets knocked down, and Mister, you really are a funny tribal chief. Just staring him. If that's how they're doing it, to set him up for him just to screw over Roman, and then they do something where Solo turns on everybody, and I mean, yeah, I mean that could be a saving grace right there. Even though it'd be a shitty way for Cody to win. I mean, like they could finally have it work against him. I've heard rumors about it, and I'm going, that actually wouldn't hurt my head,
there's so many different ways, and I just
because that one would work the best too. Because think, Roman loses, he can go away. The Usos lose, they can go away, and the guy we've only seen for 10 minutes, who we still barely ever see, because he's always like, he could be the only one left there after doing that and get a push towards some kind of championship and actually be used in some real way besides just being there.
exactly. I mean, yeah, that
they could use it to build him.
Solo versus Sheamus, that would be
good.
That would be a great kickoff to that, and I could see something like that happening. I mean, I hope they don't water it down with too much stupid.
Oh,
like, because I mean, you have so much. You Solo the Usos. I mean, you can get Sammy and KO, and you could
Wise man.
bring back a Matt Riddle.
Yes, say, bro.
Riddle was knocked out by Solo, even though he was in rehab, but whatever. He could have him come back, and
suddenly he comes scooting down the ramp. As the whole crowd goes, who invited that guy?
Bro, who are you? We forgot about you,
bro.
I don't want it to be like, because if this is going to be, if this ends up being, this is the end of the, tribal chief and all that, like, let's not try to be some over the top. Like, let's just have a match, and you're gonna have some stuff, and that makes it
Yeah,
has to. I mean, Solo's gonna get involved. He
yeah,
has to get
they
involved. I
have
mean,
to.
that's
You
part of the story. But
that that yes, I'm okay if that happens. Guaranteed, there's too many pieces where everyone isn't gonna, but let it, yeah, like even if stupid, let's let it be clean. Let stupid
yeah,
happen, but not too much stupid happen. So then Cody can beat him, just finally he goes down clean. There's no stupid to drag it out for another, like, couple months. What, he loses clean. We don't see him for a couple months. SummerSlam, they can go at it again or something, just I'm back. And, but we'll all get that nice couple month reset where we all go, and suddenly we hear the music and we go, who the hell's, oh, what? Then we get an actual pop, and Dave Meltzer and all them don't go and ruin it for us. Actually, I'll just blame Dave Meltzer. I can't tell you anyone else's name. There's just something about his office and the way he rates certain people's matches over like just here are good matches, and I have four. How the hell did a super kick fest get turned? Like, okay, what? Never mind.
I know it's
I
he'll
just
have
don't.
25-star matches, and 18 of them are Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega is great. Don't get
Yeah,
me wrong. I
he
mean,
ain't that great.
I
He
mean,
ain't that good. And I'm not trying to dump on him, but there's gonna be stupid. I would just like it to be a clean-ish stupid so he could vanish for a couple
yeah,
months.
that we don't take the point away from the actual match,
Yeah,
and
because if there's a lot of ways they could do stupid where it
because
would
like
do
there's
that.
just this glaring thing in my head of 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 Triple H and Sting and how they were ending that, and how that was the dumbest thing ever, with just
That was
too many
terrible.
moving parts. And that's one of the
Too
worst
too
WrestleMania
too many
big
moving
matches
parts
ever.
that could barely move.
Yeah, that. And I mean, granted, I mean, you're not going to have dinosaurs getting
Yeah.
involved in this match, but it just that's the example I have where you just
Yeah.
did too much
Too many
and it
moving parts that
complicated
can't move.
everything.
Yeah, but like they know what this is gonna suck. What, let's get as much in here as we can. Let's try to save it. So then you made it even worse because we're all sitting there going,
Yeah,
like, sorry, the Terminator robots ruined it all for me at the beginning. But I mean, that's a whole other story. Like that was just stupid. That was stupid, piled on stupid, piled on stupid. We had gongs out there. I don't know. I think there was too
but
much idiocy in that. But hopefully it's clean because again, there's a lot of
if
ways
this,
they
I
could
mean, I
ruin it.
gotta imagine this has to have Hunter all over it for how much they've invested into the Bloodline storyline, and how much they've invested in Cody, as the great, we stole him back from AEW. You know, th- th- this has to have Triple H. I can't imagine anybody else
I can't.
taking this over, and this is going to be what Triple H's envision is, and I'm hoping that it's just it's clean. You have the storyline arc on it. I'm imagining Sammy's going to get involved at some point. Whatever, but just don't
There's
make it
there's gonna be
crazy.
a lot of moving parts. I'll just say that. There's gonna
There's
be
gonna
a
be a lot of
whole
moving
lot.
parts, but I just hope that they can
No matter
keep
how
it
they do it, do exactly
keep
what he's
it
about to say.
keep it well maintained if you can. Just
Keep it nicely
follow it.
groomed.
And I mean, and actually, for the most part, I mean, they've handled, because there's always, the Bloodline storyline. There's always been a lot of moving parts. They've done a decent enough job with, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think they'll be all right. But that is one way to wreck that match, is
Yeah.
if it
They've
just becomes look over here, look over here, look over here, and
it is kind of amazing though how many times they've stumbled. Like let's say Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey, how much they stumbled in that short amount of time compared to how much they've stumbled in the whole entire like bloodline, like for the what, almost 3 years it's been going on now, I think.
yeah.
Like how few times they've stumbled in all of that compared to like just one, just like on a random Monday Night Raw where you're just watching going, and then Hannah's going, you don't even enjoy it. Well, I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy that. But I enjoy wrestling when it's hard to watch sometimes.
It
But,
is. It is.
but I
But
think it's
yeah,
going to be great. I think it's going to be a good ending to the story. I want to see what they do. I wish people didn't. That'd be good though, Cody's entrance. Like if they do like that would be good. I
That
want to
would be
see I want to see Dustin just because he's there and damn it, he's the older of Dusty's kids. So just to have them all, you didn't have to be in the ring or anything, but we'll all notice a quick little because he's gonna be there. They're all there around each other at all their shows. Like I mean, Bailey and all them flying over for Saw show. Everyone knew it was gonna happen. Like just do it. It doesn't hurt the wrestling business. It doesn't hurt anything anymore. Everyone knows everyone's up each other like everywhere. Like I don't know why they keep pretending that thing that they ruined in Madison Square Garden that one night is still real.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Taker's retired and opened his mouth. What? It's over. Taker's doing one night shows before their big premium live events. What? It's over. One man show it. Once that's happening, that K word is dead.
Exactly. And we don't need it. Just tell the stories, and
What people
we
be
want
people.
moments. Wrestling is about moments.
And we've lost focus on that key thing. It's storytelling and moments. And it's not that hard.
Exactly. And
AEW's lost storytelling, and well, machines, they're either really good on things or they're just throwing dartboards. And, oh, look, you're facing Omos. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I guarantee there was Brock going, I shouldn't have come back to that SmackDown. When I should have just flew back to Saskatoon and never came back. I'm like, oh, yep, you shouldn't have. Should have just ran away and never came home. And you're really trying to run away when you move to Saskatoon. And the temperature's like, you really don't like people. We all know he doesn't like people. God damn, do you have to hate people to move to that cold of a place? Like, you don't want to see anyone ever. Ever. And you're Brock Lesnar. You have the money. You could buy a whole entire state and not be surrounded by anyone for hundreds of miles. But
Pine Island.
No. And this one now that we're at a close, I do have to give some names out there again. Bobby Lashley, even though the whole thing with Bray, that's how that worked out. Los Lotharios, just because, well, I like Umberto and Angel. I think they're talented. I think Angel's more talented, but they've been just thrown away. Cross, Bronson Reed. Johnny's getting his match at NXT, which makes more sense, so I can't really say that. But Candice, Mia, the Good Brothers, like so many people that don't get a WrestleMania moment at all, especially the guys that they brought back, and they had to make a lot of promises to get them to come back that have just been completely squandered. I'm sorry, guys, but Dom gets a match and ruin the Hall of Fame, and you're sitting at backstage going, "So happy I came back." So
You get free catering.
I'm sorry for all of those guys because they came back and they gave all of them momentum, except 10 minutes after they came back. Like we have Karrion Kross talking about how deadbeat of a father Ray is and dragging him into that, which he already didn't. He already didn't have a lot of momentum and things helping him, and then they drug him into that, and everyone went, "Cool, that's dead too." And like to all of those guys, sorry, you could be somewhere else, probably doing a lot better right now. To Hit Row, you shouldn't have come back. You without Swerve is not the same thing. You were around before Swerve and it wasn't working, it wasn't hot. Swerve went there, it got hot. Swerve is gone. You are not hot. We're all watching you going, at least I am going, it doesn't have the luster without him. So for all of you people, maybe next year. Maybe at the rate they're going, who knows? But
maybe you'll get a spot in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal,
which we all said was useless, and they all said it meant something, and then they moved it to SmackDown. So guess what? There's our answer. You're now filler on SmackDown, so they don't have to do anything.
Yes, because they don't have any real matches on tonight. Tonight will be that, and you'll have a lot of the video packages. They're previewing them so that they can run them this weekend, and
video packages,
and you're going to get Cody and Roman face to face, I believe.
And that the Battle Royal, you're going to have video packages for Ray and the Hall of Famers. I'm sure we're going to get packages on all of them. And I think Tim White's the most deserving. No offense to Stacy. Okay, the Great Muta. I mean, out of the WWE side, Ray obviously, but damn it, if a referee was going to go, it's about
Yeah,
damn time that it's Mr. White. That isn't right. As he's jumping into like snow blowers and wood chippers, and Josh Matthews is getting covered in whatever the hell that was. Thank you for all of those. That always made me smile. But Stacy Keebler, didn't see that one coming. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that one, great Muda. It's good to see him go in there. I mean, for what he did wrestling wise for the world, you know,
exactly.
I'm okay with that. But
Maybe we'll get to see Knock. Maybe not. Is Nakamura going to induct him? I bet that would make sense.
that would make sense. And yeah,
Nakamura
there's
was his
another
last
name.
match, and I haven't seen him on WWE programming. He's been in New Japan, but
There's another one for you guys right there with Nakamura. Sorry for like I thought you were.
they even brought back Rick Boogs and still don't bring Nakamura back. Boogs
Boogs
not on the card either.
Boogs is the size of a fucking refrigerator. Maybe they're keeping him from squatting both Usos. You know, what? No. What?
I did just watch that. I watched night one from last year the other night because I was bored and my son wanted to see it, and yeah, we watched that, and I was like, yeah, here's the part where he's stupid.
Like what? Yeah, what? I think she was here. Like, was he playing? Like, no, I'm pretty sure he just blew his ACL or something. What? I'm pretty sure something just exploded. Why? Kadoosh. What? Yep, something broke. He tore some. What? You might be able to. What? Only Cena can pick up the Big Show and Edge on his shoulders. Like, just phenomenal. If you haven't seen that, I mean, how big was Cena back then? Which is why she goes, he doesn't look right anymore. His head's too big. I'm like, no, honey, he doesn't have the big wrestler's body anymore. What? He's not a gargantuan anymore. He doesn't have to worry about holding 600, 800 pounds on his shoulders. What? He's normal sized human being now. He's big, but he's not a gargantuan. So there's that. But I'm going to shut this down here in next minute or so for everyone's ears' sakes. But hopefully we get some. I mean, on both nights, hopefully we get something. It's just sad that we go into night two and we're going. Who cares about the women's showcase? Who cares about Brock and Omos? Who really cares about Edge and Finn? Just because they've drug them out, and it's just been nothing. Just like Bianca and Asuka, it's a damn shame because
Yeah,
Asuka can go, and she held it down very well during all those bad times. But they've done nothing to help us give a damn about any of it.
very true, very true, and it's sad. And but overall, I'm still looking forward to it. We're gonna have cool moments. I mean, we actually didn't even touch about the Miz hosting.
Well, I mean, the Miz hosting to me is like Pretty Deadly hosting Stand and Deliver.
I think the Miz will give us something cool, and then somebody will beat him up. I don't know who's going to beat him up, but somebody's going to beat him up.
He's going to get his ass whooped.
Maybe Bobby Lashley will beat him up.
Comes out and puts him in the Hurt Lock again.
Something's going to happen. That'd be
ragdolls
cool.
him.
See some legends. Maybe Stone Cold.
It comes out. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to have his. Someone's. They're all getting. They're going to have to make their appearances. And again, I still can't believe they didn't get The Rock, but maybe, just maybe, with how much trash I see, I don't know if you see it. Everyone's talking about the XFL's ratings. Maybe that'll be enough. I don't know. I'd like to see him back, though. It would have been perfect. I mean, we all said it last year. WrestleMania Hollywood, what? It has to be him. It's not him. God. Cody makes sense. I do fully get that. But damn it, we've been waiting for how many years?
It's like, dude.
Bro. Now I don't know who I sound more like, Russo or Riddle, but at least he gets to be Matt Riddle again. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the way right there. There's the way. But it should be a good weekend. Hopefully, Loomis can come out and put Miz to sleep again, just to drag that out even longer and hurt my head even more. Yeah, see that right there. But it should be good. I'm looking for again. Roman and Cody's going to be good. Edge and Finn's still going to be good, but no one cares anymore. They ruined it. And Gunther and them are going to steal the damn show and beat the living shit out of each other.
Yeah. Overall, the whole weekend's gonna be great. I mean, I imagine all the matches. There's only 3 matches that I actually think like the matches themselves are going to suck, and that's Ray and Dom, just because Dom can't go. Brock and Omos is gonna suck because
that's really gonna suck.
And then that women's tag team, and that's just because everything's gonna be pushed towards Ronda, and Ronda sucks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but at least even the matches I don't 100% care about, like Finn and
It'll still be
And
good.
it'll still be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. We're just, and if they add extras again, if they get Christian back to do the whole thing, which by the way, if they pull that off, how the hell could they not get Billy for the DX, that whole reunion? Like that just will still baffle me. They can't get him on USA Network. But they can have Christian on WrestleMania. That would make a little again, have Daddy Ass on Raw, but you know what? We could stick Christian on WrestleMania. That makes sense. Yeah. No, that doesn't make a lick of sense, but that would be great to have that. And that'd be an extra moment to throw in there to see the demon back, because I thought the demon got done dirty. And he came back to life against Roman, and then he completely died because a turnbuckle broke and he hit the mat and suddenly he was dead and couldn't move. Like they just 3-on-1 the hell out of you, beat the brakes off you, popped right back up with turnbuckle breaks, and you're laying on. Yeah, whoever booked that's a genius. Yeah, thanks, Vince.
Yeah, thanks, Vince.
It had to be then. Well, let's kill it. Yeah, let's kill the demon. Why? Because why not? He killed everything else. He didn't create it. That's the problem. So he had to kill it. He has to kill everything he doesn't create, and then kill his own creation. It's Vince's mantra in my eyes, but I'm also a terrible person and I've been wanting him to go away for a very long time. So I'm not sure my opinion matters, but it was fun. It was real. And again, no offense to the Oscars and, some people of the world and the guys, like you said, the women's showcase, like it's no offense to you guys. It's just, they've done nothing to make us give a fuck about you. You're just there. So you're on the card. Cause if we took that away, no one would care.
Yeah,
they noticed Liv wasn't there, but no one.
Yes, we would be upset because Liv wasn't there, but that's about it.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it, though. It was fun. It was real. Don't forget to share the bejesus out of both of these. See how good numbers we can get. Before we do this, I'll be back for a thing at some point to react. But until then, bye-bye.